Hello, Cherries. Welcome to Live Cherries Sunday, episode 238. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to match triads to the 5 major pentatonic shapes. And I'm sorry I'm late, 4 minutes late. And tried as fast as I could to get going here today, but here I am. Hello, Ozman. Morning. Tough week. Ozzy, Hulk, and Chuck. May they all rest in peace. That is for sure. Tough week. Got to keep the music alive. So this is going to be really cool here today. And what we're doing is, hopefully you can hear my guitar and everything. Let me know if everything's sounding good. We're going to go through the pentatonic shapes in G. And then we're going to match triads to them. And we're going to get a little bit more into the minutiae here as well. We're going to play on different string sets too. 4 string sets only, meaning the top 3 strings, the starting from the 2nd string, 3rd and 4th here, the 4th, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th here, and then in the bottom set, the 4th, 5th, right here. So you have these ones, and you have these. You have these, and these. Good. Like that. We're going to do that wherever the 5 pentatonic positions are, which are all right, we're going to get into it here in a second. Let me just say hello to, thank you very much, Oz. Sounds good. Robbie. Hello, Robbie H. Love. Good to see you. So I do have some graphs here, and I threw them together. I found them real quick. Let me see if, let me just blow this thing up real quick where I do this on the fly here. Check that out. The magic of video. Yeah, blow that so you can see the guitar a little bit bigger right there. And then I do have, let's see what this chart is. Hopefully this will make a little bit of sense. G major pentatonic shape. Look, I even have the, this is from an older video where I matched up the chord shapes. So if you look at this pentatonic scale, G, which is good, because that's what we want to be in today. Just, what is that? It's G major pentatonic shape 1. I don't know what that, that 2 is right there. For that's, maybe that's your finger. That's your fingering. Right there, your finger is supposed to be the 2nd finger. But it's the 3rd fret. It's on the G note right there. That's what it is. It's a fingering. Right there. 1, 3. Okay, it's a fingering. So that's what those, the 3 on the far left, that's the fret number because you're G. And then those are the fingers. Kind of helpful. And then, of course, on the right, you have the chord shape there. That's the shape of this chord, the G-shaped chord. Turn it up a little bit here. See? There we go. Close enough for rock and roll. All right. Close enough for YouTube. All right? Okay. But not close enough for you. All right. Well, here we go. Today, let's see. All right. So within that first shape right there, this one right here, let's just take the top string set right here. Top right here, it's like, there's a triad right there. See that? With the 3rd, the root, and the 5th. I mean, you got the third, the fifth, and the root. Within this pentatonic shape 1, major pentatonic shape 1, let's just focus on 3 strings, the top 3 strings. Right there, check it out. Now that's really limits you, which is a good thing, because I think it just allows you to try to express yourself a little bit more within the confines of a certain area. Rather than having the whole neck, you're just like, well, what can I play inside here? And you know what? We're allowed to like bend up to the third triad. Because here's the triad now. But here's the pentatonic scale. And I'm thinking about what notes of the triad I want to rest on. Which you have the third, you have the fifth, and you have the root. All within this string set. And I'm bending up to this third. Look, I'm not even going down to the open G because that's not in this pentatonic position. It's there on this 4th string, but I'm not even playing that. So I'm relying on just this root to have a G. I only have 1 G. Here, I have 1 5th degree, I have 1 3rd, and I also have the pentatonic scale, which has the 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, and the root. Let's just really show you what the pentatonic, what that really is anyway. And if you're enjoying this video so far, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, notifications, all that groovy stuff here. And yeah, pentatonic scale is just the major scale without the 4th degree and the 7th degree. So really important, really good to know. So 1, 2, 3, leave out the 4th, hit the 5th, the 6th, leave out the 7th. So it's a major scale. But leaving out the 4th and the 7th, so it sounds like this. Pretty cool. Osman misses his SG. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for that. Osman, that's my song. Which one was that, by the way? All right, so that's really cool, limiting ourselves here. And it's cool because you have the triad, so you have the 3rd, the 5th, and the root. But then you have those other 2 notes, because really, you have the major scale, which is 7 notes. You have the triad, which is 3. Then you have the pentatonic, which is 5. So we're coming at it from 2 different angles, like a sandwich here. Triad is a piece of bread, major scale is the other piece of bread, and the pentatonic scale is like the meat or the zucchini in the middle, right? Or the squash, whatever, if you're a vegetarian or whatever. So we could add to these 3 important notes here, which are going to be the 2nd degree and the 6th degree. So you have, whenever you have that root here, like this, I have the 6th right here. I have the 2nd right there. And I'm gonna know where these triads are, so I can rest on a chord here. That's my chord I'm working with. And they're not going to be in all of the positions here of the string sets of the pentatonic scale. It just doesn't work out that way. We're kind of making this up as we go along with some of these things. We're just going to find out whatever position is best, but you'll see whatever makes sense logically here when you're playing. So we got that. Okay. So then after that, we can go down to, actually no, sorry, we don't want to do that right away. We go down to another string set right here, to the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And there's your triad for G major. Still in the same picture right here. There it is. See, if you look from the right to the left, where it's the second string, third string, and fourth string, it's even labeled your fingering 2, 3, 4. It's part of this chord, this E-shaped chord. G major bar chord, E shape. That's what that is. Look, and you're barring the 3rd fret. Those are your fingers. So this is correct so far. These graphs, I don't know what I was afraid of. And yeah, so it actually works out. So here's the triad. Right there, right? And now, within the pentatonic scale, within this framework right here, you have it right here. The root, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th. So it's a really nice position here. Everything's there. And look, you even have the 6th down here. And I still have the triad chord to rest on. Pretty cool right there. And then you have the next string set down. It's right there. It's the 4th string, 5th string, and 6th string. You can even see it. 3rd. If you bar it just like this, it's these strings. Triad. Because you have the 5th, the root, and the 3rd. Where's the pentatonic scale within that? Major pentatonic. Well, play it like this. Because we're just playing the one shape right here. But we're trying to figure out within the string set, we're breaking it down into four chunks here, along with the triad. So I think it's important to know what's going on in every string set and where the triad is within that string set. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of notes like this. There's chord in here. Last one you have, we're going down here to this triad. 5th, octave, 5th, 3rd, because there's no triad right here. Unless you go down to this G shape here, like this. So we're just kind of cheating up, going to this next string set, which is kind of like the D shape. But it's okay. I like to go up instead of going down. Because you have, there's no triad in here. You just have this, a root, 5th, you have a power chord. So I'm going up to there. So within that, though, I'm still playing the pentatonic scale. Like this. They could slide up to that triad. Pretty cool, huh? Triad. All right. Pretty cool stuff here so far. And hopefully you're enjoying this and getting something out of it so far here. And what are you drinking out there today? Got my coffee. It's Sunday. It's a fun day. I have my Italian espresso that I made on my pour over coffee thingy. was 4 minutes late today. I'm never late, but man, I think I overslept a little bit, but I was practicing actually, trying to get, so I know what I'm doing here. I want to probably practicing a little too much, and I was late. So hopefully it works out for the best here, that I actually might have a clue what I'm actually doing here today. So yeah, I think you were talking about my let's see, I forgot the name. I've been doing a lot of my original songs on LinkedIn and Facebook, posting some videos on there. If you're not subscribed to any of those, please do. See some cool stuff there. Let's see, Osman, were you able to put a tribute to Ozzy in your set list? No, well, and the band I play in is an ABBA tribute band. And I don't know, but you're right. I mean, it would be interesting. I should mention that to the band and say, hey, let's just do a little bit of it. Although, well, no, actually, ABBA did play in the 1979. It was their only tour in America, and Black Sabbath had been around, so they knew who Ozzy was back at the time. So maybe we'll throw in a little bit there. It's a great idea, Osman. Thank you for mentioning that. Definitely will. Ozzy, man, God, what a legend. Started rock and roll. I mean, started heavy metal, not rock and roll, but the pioneer of invented heavy metal. I will say that. No one was before him. If you could name an artist before Ozzy who you think started heavy metal, let me know. I could be wrong, but I was thinking of some bands like Cream, but they weren't really heavy metal. I mean, they sounded pretty mean sometimes, but nothing like Ozzy and Black Sabbath and Tony Iommi riffs. I mean, that was a very original. And Jeffrey Boyle, give me a round of applause. Osman is making some Sunday sauce. Take that. Got cold brew coffee. Love that. All right, so what is the purpose of all this stuff, this thing that we're doing here? I think it's pretty good practice here. Eventually, you could take it on to different chords. 1 chord, a 4 chord, to a 5 chord, and then do this for every chord that you change to. And it really open up your mind here. Now I have a loop here, hopefully from last week when I played the major scale. I haven't even tried it yet for this week, but I think it's still just a G chord playing, just strumming a G chord. Let's see. Let's try it. Yep, it's still there. Turn it down a little bit. I think that's pretty good, right? I save that. So if I play this loop here, right? And I play just the first string set of what we were doing before. Sounds like CCR a little bit, right? That was the whole thing right there. Just to take little bite-sized pieces. Focus on one area and just kind of target some cool notes here. You got the triad. Right? And you don't want to really hang on the other notes too much. Meaning the sixth or the second here. Or you could have a listen. But it wants to go somewhere, right? To the third. Or how about the sixth degree? Not so bad. To the fifth. You have the second up here. But it wants to resolve. It's almost like Here Comes the Rain a little bit. I was going to say Ginger Baker and Eric Clapton and what was the singer's name again? Jack Bruce. I mean, he had a pretty wicked voice. I mean, he was like metal, but there's nothing like Ozzy, you know. Nothing like, oh, I'm playing, especially I got the SG. You got the Iommi thing kicking a little bit, right? So, I didn't plan that. Ladies and gentlemen. Good points, Ozman. The sound was more like The Who for Robbie. Check out Summertime Blues from Blue Cheer, yeah? Summertime Blues. Yeah, but, come on. I'll give that to you, but that was not Iron Man. War Pigs. I mean, nobody was like that. And Ozzy's voice, he was just a little different, right? Heavy Cream. I'll go back and listen to some of that. It's heavy stuff. I'll go back and listen to Heavy Cream. Because that's the only band I could think of that might have been like really, really heavy. And they were jamming like similar to like Black Sabbath musically. You could tell that they listened to Cream. I mean, who didn't, right? And that was the sound back then. The Who also as well. But they weren't quite metal. They weren't quite Ozzy. I think Ozzy was the voice, and then Tony Iommi's. Tyomi? That's the fast version. Was very unique with his powerful, thunderous guitar riffs. Mountain? Yeah, that's a good point. Mountain had some pretty heavy riffs there too. That's true. I didn't think about that. Very good point. Vocals were more screaming than Roger. Yeah, definitely Ozzy was he more of a screamer than Roger Daltrey? Roger screamed a lot too. I mean, Roger had a legitimate voice more than Ozzy probably, but Ozzy had his thing. And a pretty great singer. If you really go back to the early days, I mean, he was just nailed it. I was watching that live clip of him in the California, what was it, San Alto, California, some jam he did in the daytime with palm trees behind him. Something about seeing Black Sabbath and like on the beach in California just didn't like look right. I don't know. And the people were like, "What is this? Who's this band from England?" But they got into it quick, and they had no idea what they were getting into. Yeah, Ozzy was the man. That's right, Ozman. Ozzy was the man. Rest in peace, Mr. Oz. So, all right, going back to this right here. So we did that one shape, right? Now let's go ahead and just play over this G chord a little bit, real quick. We won't take too much. And I'm going to play 4 different string sets, the different licks. Check this out. I'm going to put a little delay on. gain on there. Now we'll go down to the next string set. Now I got this root here in this. Finally got a nice root. Little double stops there. Alright, I forgot to do up here. Resting on the triad. Oops. Now, same thing here. Go down one more here. And the last one here. How's that? Last in here. Oops. There we go. Close enough for rock and roll. So we have all those triads in there we want to hit. These, just like that, just like this, right here, right here. Triad, hitting the triad along with the scale. All right, so pretty cool. If you're enjoying that, hit the like button. If you're not enjoying this, hit the like button. That's all right, Finny. I was late too. I was 4 minutes late, and which is unusual. And I knew it. I was like, you know what? I'm not late, but I have to. There's certain things I have to have ready, like my guitar has to be on, And it's a process of stuff. But Black Limousine, Inside Looking Out. All greats. Not knocking on Ozzy. Nope, can't knock on Ozzy. Grand Funk Railroad. Yeah, that's true. Grand Folk, but were they heavy metal? Were they Black Sabbath heavy metal? I don't know. I don't think so. Would Soundgarden be around? Would Soundgarden have ever existed if there was no Black Sabbath? I mean, who does Soundgarden sound more like? Black Sabbath or Grand Funk? Would there be a Black Sabbath? I mean, would there be a Soundgarden if only Grand Funk existed and not Black Sabbath? I don't know. Black Limousine, Inside Looking Out. Well, not knocking us. What's Black Limousine? Oh, we forgot about Butterfly. Iron Butterfly? I don't know much about them. All I know is when I was a big Iron Maiden fan when I was a kid, and I heard there was a band called Iron Butterfly, I was like, what is that? That's not right. It's Iron Maiden. Funk 49. Is that a band? Funk 49? Or is that song? What's that song by Joe Walsh? Funk 69? I'm mixing up a few things, I bet. Funk 49, that ain't that song by Joe Walsh, is it? That's Funk something else. Funk 69 or something. Showing how much I know here, which is nothing. So, all right. Yes, Funk 49 is that's the Joe Walsh song. I'm not gonna play it, but it's kind of like something like that. It's like that riff. Something like that. And then it goes all right. You get the idea. James Gang. Right on. They're not heavy metal. Pretty rockin', but not heavy metal. All right. So check this out. Let's see. So now, the moral of this story here, and if you want to copy these graphs, I'll send these to you. I'm probably going to make some different ones and some better ones for this, but I'll send these to you if you want them. Just email me, info@JerryCherry. I'll shoot you a PDF of these graphs, which is a pretty good one right here, too. Lucky I save all these graphs from prior lessons here. And so really, really cool practice. Just put on a G loop, right? And just play the pentatonic scale, but break it down into smaller, instead of playing the whole thing. Just break it down to 3 strings. Because now you're limited. You have only one root, only one G to play with. So you better make the most of it. Make it sound good. You have 1/5, and you have a 1/3 in there. So there's your triad within the first string set. I don't know anyone else who actually does this, teaches this way. This was like an original, I think. I don't know, is it worth it? Is it a good idea? I think so. And then go down to the next string set, same scale, but continue. You're part of that same pentatonic shape 1, but I'm only playing on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. And where's my triad in there? Right here. So then you have your root, your 3rd, and the 5th. Your notes to hang on to. Then you have the rest of them. The 6th, the 2nd. You have the 6th down here too. Same thing, next string set, 4, 5, 6. Here's your triad in here. Continue down the pentatonic scale. And down to the last one. The 4th, 5th, and 6th string. You can also play it here. That's a G shape though. E shape. And actually this is part of the D shape. Which we'll get to next. Vinny. So, yep, having a good time here. Now let's go ahead and check out, what are we going to check out? This next shape, number 2. here. Now, what is this shape? It's a D shape, G chord. Now, the pentatonic scale right there is, look, it's pentatonic shape 2 of the major pentatonic. Oops. There's the fingerings there too. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 3. No, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 3. It's a good angle that we're coming at this from. The major pentatonic shape 2. Not sure how familiar you are with this one, if you play this a lot. It's the same notes as the first one. Right? It's just bringing it up the fretboard. The whole purpose of this is to be able to play up and down the fretboard, vertically, horizontally, every way possible up here. So now we're in G as well right here. Now we'll do the same thing here. Here's the first string set. Where's the triad right there? Well, here's the triad, the fifth, the root, and the third. And I also have the rest of the pentatonic scale. And there's the third, the fifth, sixth, root, second, third. And then down here, you have this next string set, this position. I mean, you don't do that very often. I don't, but you should. Why not? Now here's your root, the third, octave, root, third, fifth. But I can't play a triad there, so I'm going to cheat. I'm going to go up to here. Here's the triad. G triad right there on the second string set. Second string set. Say that 3 times real fast. The B, the G, and the D string. There's a good lick right there too, right? Pretty cool. It's almost bluegrassy. It's very bluegrassy sounding. And I do not claim to be any kind of bluegrass player here, right? I'm just playing the major pentatonic scale and the triads within it. So we go down another string set. So now you have the fifth here, the third, second, root, sixth, fifth, sixth, the root, sixth, fifth, third, second. And here's your triad right here too. Your G chord. Now let's try to play over a G chord a little bit over this with this string set right here. Here's the triad. Actually, I'm staying on the first string set here. sound here. Now the next string set. I got that root again. Heavier root. That's that riff that we created. Let's go down another string set. Get the third, six, root. No, third, second, root, 6, 5. Oh, I have this. I'm moving up here to this triad. Oops, right there. Now down to the last one. Pretty cool area, play some licks. Where's the triad? Right there. Now all through the whole thing. Last one. And that's all from this. Now all that stuff, all those licks, I just made up on the fly, improving, by just taking the G chord, D shape, just like that, breaking it up into 4 string sets. The top, starting on the 1, 2, 3, then the 2, 3, 4, then the 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 5, 6. So 4 string sets playing part of that pentatonic position, which is the second position right here. Right? And then playing it on just the string sets. And then finding the triad on that string set. Right there. The next one. Where's the triad? It's only right there. At the cheek, because there's no triad in this shape. So I just went up to here. The next one here. Where's that triad right there? I have that, so I can't have to cheat on that one. So I cheated on this one, then this one. There's no triad there. Here's a third. Can't do that, had to go up to here. I went up to this next shape, the C shape. So I know, so you start to see the intervals. Root, second, third, root, down to the 6th, 5, back to the pentatonic. So really, I'm just playing the pentatonic scale finding the triads that I could rest on comfortably. Even if I have to go out of the position, because there's no, within the string set here, there's no G triad except for here, but we did that one already. Did that in the other shape. That's part of this one. So the next logical one is actually up here. So eventually it's not going to matter anyway, right? This is just a systematic way of organizing a practice routine. You know, I'm very like, my mind is just kind of very anal. I always think that way, and whether it's good or bad, I don't know. What am I missing here? Here in the chat, let's see. Damn, I had a breakthrough with last week's lesson and today's. Totally misunderstood the scales to shapes because I always started from the low E. Need this simplification of child brain, my child brain. Right. Awesome, Finney. I'm glad you're having some light bulb aha moments here with that. So that's some pretty cool ideas right there in that shape. You know, and then, you know, there's 5 shapes. So you just keep going on the shapes, you know. Let's just burn through a couple more of these things right here. Look, so we did that shape. Now, there's this other shape right here going up. You have the, it's really, the next pentatonic position, shape 3, is up here, right? You have, we did this one. These shapes are up here, so like, see. We have this right here. Starting here, so it's like, what's it, 10th fret right here on your pinky? And here it is, the 4th fret, here's the G. Look, it makes the C chord shape. So this is all like related to the cage system. First one we did is the E shape, pentatonic shape 1. Then we did a D shape, pentatonic shape 2. And as you notice, listen to the spelling, E, D, C, A, cage, C, A, G, E, D. We're just starting on the next, in the loop right there. E, D. Now back to, what is it, starts all over again? C. And that's where we are right now. You know? Part of this pentatonic shape 3, which looks like shape 4 in the minor. And I hate the way that it works out that way, where it's like a different number, which makes no sense. I would call this 4 of the minor pentatonic of E, you know. If it was E minor, you know, but it's relative to G, and we're in G major today. So we're gonna call it whatever it says right there. And eventually these numbers mean nothing anyway. It's just a way of systematically organizing things. At the end of the day, it's all just music. And it's funny is these notes aren't moving anywhere. You're moving. So it's a weird way, and I know it's obvious, but the notes don't change. Only you change. Let that sink in for a second. So you have this pentatonic position right here. You also have this shape or this chord. Then you have triads within this. With this G. Look, you have this D already. We already played that D. Right? But you have this position. We didn't play the pentatonic scale that way. Because you just rest on that triad right there. Or not? Pentatonic scale. So if we just had this area to play with, it wouldn't be much, right? But then we went down a string set. You have that. 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. Pretty cool area right here just to play. You know, how many times you do that lick? It's kind of like this one, but in a different area. Now where's the triad here? Right there. Your lick's right in the triad. You have have the root, the second, 6. Oops, not that one. You really notice a bad note in there, don't you? 3rd, 6, 5, 2. And then you have this shape. Here's your triad right there. Playing a pentatonic just in this position. Triad. Pentatonic shape 3. Here's the 5th, low 5th, the 3rd, 5th, 2nd, nope, 5th, 3rd, 5th, 6th, root. But I'm not playing that no, I'm sorry. I digress, really. Or I progress. This is the area. 3 strings. 4th, 5th, and 6th. I mean 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And then the last one is right here. Where's the triad for this? Well, it will be down here. You have the 3rd, 5th, 3rd, root, 5th. Come up with your own little licks. Now, over a little loop here, we can play. Here's the top one. I can only play on this shape right here. You know? Alright, move down 1 string set, and here's the triad. Next string set right here. Next string set down. Triad. Next one. Triad. Put them all together. Oops. So, pretty cool. Good stuff here. We're rocking. Any questions about any of this stuff, please let me know. Now, let's just keep going real quick here. Not too much time, but any questions about this, please let me know. We did that shape right there, and now we have this shape, this next shape, which is really cool. Starting on the 10th fret right here. It's really very symmetrical, this one. And here it's like an A shape. Here's pentatonic scale. And here it is right in there in the middle. Starting on the top, you have this, G. Going down to the next string set. Next string set. Next string set. And then the triad on the top set is right here. So when you're doing your licks, there's your triad. Then going down to here, here's the triad right here, just borrowing that. Then going down another one, right there. Where's the triad there? Gotta move it up. Play the rest of the scale going this way though, in the normal position. Right there, see that? And then down to the last one. Oops. The root, 6/5. You have this right here, the fifth, there's triad. So you have that G, the third, and the fifth down here. Fifth, right here, fifth, sixth. So you'll see different licks that you could do all over the place when you have pentatonic. Because you have the root, below it's the fifth, and you have this lick all day. That's the 5/6 root, 5/6 root, 5/6 root. Same thing here if the root, second, third. You have that everywhere. You know? Like that. Okay. So do little licks right here. Yeah. Triad. Next string set. Triad. Triad. Next one down here. Pretty cool. We did 4 of them. So we're rocking. Thank you, husbands. We got one more left to do. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. I ran a little bit late, but we're rocking through these 5 pentatonic positions. And we're focusing on string sets, 4 string sets, 1, 2, and 3, 2, 3, and 4, 3, 4, and 5, 4, 5, and 6 strings. And we're focusing on finding the triads within those things, because then you're really finding the bite-sized pieces. We're super duper going deep into the minutia of this, analyzing what we're doing here, you know. triads within these 4 string sets. Now the last one, and thank you very much for that, my song Backwards, right there. Appreciate that you enjoyed that. So I have this one last one right here we could do. And it's a position that you all probably know and love right here. It's the most common position of the pentatonic scale right there. They call it shape 5 in here, right? It would be shape 1 if it was the minor pentatonic. Right, E, or in G. Now, top 3 strings. Where's the triad there? Well, we don't have one. We played this one already on the A shape one, but we'll just move up to, why not? But we're gonna play the scale here. Now the next string set down. Look, we have a triad here. We already borrowed that one, but what would be the next one? We can go up to here again if we want to, or we have both of them. Doesn't really matter. All within this shape. You know? Then we have the next one going down. Where's the triad in there? Right here? Right there. Triad. Third, second, third, 5th, 6th, root. Triad, and then the last one right here, G. All right, got that one. That low G right there, and follow out the pentatonic, follow through with it. Triad. So now with this loop, look what you have. Oops. Triad. Right here. Play the lick. Next string set down, triad. Next one down here. Sit on the 6th. Sit on the 2nd. Triad. Last one down. Follow the scale through. Triad. Now mix it all up together. Last one. this out. That's where you go with it eventually. Start playing 1-4-5 progressions. It's all the same principle for every chord. All right. So we went a little bit long here today, but we had a good time. Any questions, let me know. Thank you, Osman. Okay, guys, have to go. Have a great week. Great lesson, Jerry. Thank you very much. Glad you enjoyed this. And I think you're talking about my song Backward. You know, I've been touring, playing in a tribute ABBA show. Like to call it a show, direct from Sweden. The singers are from Sweden, the management from Sweden. It's called SOS, direct from Sweden, music of ABBA. We play all over the place. And lately I've been doing some of my original music. You know, after sound check and we're all like finished with that, I'll hang out on the stage and use one of the beautiful acoustic guitars to play some of my songs. And I'm going to do that every show from now on because I love writing songs and I love doing my own music and like to squeeze it in there, you know. So if you want to see some of that, follow me on some of my socials. They're in the description there. I post it on Facebook and LinkedIn. You'll see it there in the description. And I do it all the shows. I do a little rundown of the stage and of my gear that I'm traveling with, and it's of the whole stage and all the cool stuff, that the backline that we use there. And pretty cool. But any questions about this stuff, let me know. I go live every Sunday, 12 o'clock Eastern time, right here from Brooklyn, New York. We drink coffee, we play guitar. And if I can't do it on Sunday, I push it back to Monday or Tuesday, whatever seems to work. And yeah, pretty cool. Having a good time. And look what we did today. We played so many possibilities. And it's all relatively the same sound, but you never know. It's all about where you are on the fretboard and being able to just play effortless. Now, to be able to play that G major pentatonic everywhere on the fretboard, know where the comfortable triads are, because that's the most important thing. You have a root, third, and fifth to rest on and to work around. And then you have it on different string sets, too. Limit yourself, which is good, because I'm telling you, if you could only play in one area. Oops, that's not even G, is it? Here. You're gonna try to make it sound as good as you can. Limiting the amount of notes you have. Pretty cool. Well, thanks for spending some time here with me. Rocket ship face. I'm getting back into guitar after 8-year hiatus. I used to play for 2-3 years, but wasn't too great. Well, you know what? That's the beautiful thing about guitar. They say rock and roll never forgets. Bob Seger said that. But you know what? The guitar never forgets. It's just waiting for you. Look, they're just waiting for me right there. They look at me every day with their big eyes and they say, play me, play me. So just keep that guitar close by. The closer it is to you, the more you'll see it, and you'll be like, just grab it. Whenever the urge happens, you're just sitting there, your guitar is right there, and you just grab it. If it's too far from you, it's in a case, locked up in the back, out of sight, out of mind. That's really what it is. Out of sight, and that goes for everything. Out of sight, out of mind. What's important should be right there in front of you, right? So keep the guitar close, and then you play it more. That's really cool. Never forget. But thanks for subscribing to that. Very, very cool. I now have Ibanez Art Core Semi-Hollow hanging on the wall in an Ibanez Super Strat in a bag on top of the dresser. We'll take it out of the bag, keep it closer, ready to play. That's really cool. Ibanez Art Core Semi-Hollow. I'm not too familiar with that, but I'm sure it's pretty cool. Nice semi-hollow body. That's nice. Very cool. So let me just briefly mention here real quick. I do have a guitar course. I'll tell you about it real quick here. It's called the Essential Skills Collection for Guitar, and I focus on 4 topics. Fretboard memorization, where it's a way to easily memorize the fretboard. The circle of fifths, which is taking like this G chord that we did and going in fifths. G, A, B, C, D, and just going around in fifths, and then it's the same thing in fifths, and it's really, really interesting how you could come up with chord progressions, and all of music theory really is within that circle. Then I go over blues soloing, where we have backing tracks and PDFs. We focus mostly on, I like to focus on vibrato, bending strings, really making it sound good. That's the most important thing. And then I do some cage system where we come up with chord progressions with using the cage system, like 2-5-1 progressions. And then, see, D like this. A D chord like this. D minor. G. C. Like that. And you can do it like this. You can do it like this. Do it like that. You can do it like this. Lots of different chord shapes, but playing progressions. That's the important thing. Putting the stuff to work is the beauty of it. So check that out in my description, Essential Skills Collection. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Well, thanks. I went over a little bit longer today, but thank you, Jeffrey Boyle, for hanging out. Give you guys all a round of applause, spending some time here with me today. Rocket Ship Face, thank you for subbing to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that sub button. Ozman and Finney, everyone who pops in here, Robbie H. Love, you guys know I love yous, and everyone who was here. Any comments about this stuff, any ideas for future lessons, let me know in the comments section. Appreciate you, love yous. And remember one thing here. I just want to mention something here real quick. It is that I have a question, first of all. How do you connect triads to the major pentatonic scale? I just showed you how I do it. Hopefully you're going to do it this way too. But if there's another way that you've been doing it, let me know. And is this going to change the way you play the pentatonic scale and your triads right there? And that would be very, very cool. And I do have, just want to mention that, where is this that I wrote this down? And I can't seem to find it here, but it is see, this is live. What are you gonna do? It's live. Oh, it's right here. Remember, be cool, be kind, and be cherry. That's a cherry, in case you didn't know. And if you want to see another video by connecting the 5 major pentatonic scales to the cage system, kind of like what we did today, I'll put that right up there. Love yous. Have a great rest of the weekend and week ahead, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace, y'all. Thanks.